Hello, ladies and gents, and scholars of all kinds. 'Tis I, your guiding light into the murky depths of worlds unknown, Mythos. Welcome to my Christmas one-shot! I wasn't sure I was gonna do another one. I wasn't sure about it. Um, but the Halloween one went well for what it could. Obviously there was a tiny little angel that was bearing his butt to the world, but I wasn't sure I was gonna do another one, but I did, and I'm very happy with the people that I have gathered and the things that we're gonna do and the drama that is going to ensue. Um, so real quick, we're gonna go ahead and introduce our players, and we'll have them briefly turn on their camera as I introduce them. But then after we introduce them, we're gonna go ahead and get right into the story. So first and foremost, the person who is directly to my right, Nebby, would you? You're not turning your camera on, but would you please introduce yourself and what your character's name is?
Oh, hi, my name is Neville. I'm playing Vapor Eon. I am a prince and I am just gonna be fantastic. You just wait.
Damn
I don't
straight
want to
you
say
are.
anymore. No, I'm not straight.
No, you're not straight, but damn straight you're gonna be good. Uh, Alrighty. Next we have directly next to Nebby, a dear friend, Kay. Kay, would you please turn on your camera?
Oh my goodness. Hello. I am Kay. My character is Aldorn Grayscale. I'm just here for chaos.
You know, I think that's good as a description. I want people to be surprised. Thank you very much, Kay. Next we have the ever lovely Hal. Would you please turn on your camera? Takes a second. There we go. And I also can't hear you. There we
Hello.
go.
There we go. I will be playing Chenna Kiardain. She is a of the Fire Elf tribe
Yes.
kingdom. She's on a journey to find out who
Who
she
she
is.
is. Dun dun dun. Perfect. Thank you very much. And last but not least, a bestie who need no introduction. Sarge, would you please introduce yourself and your character?
I'm playing Funabressa, and she is here for that girl love. That's
Thank
all.
you. Much appreciated. And then also, Cupcake, you exist. I hope that was a
What do you
funny
mean?
introduction,
What,
please.
what do you mean? I exist? Hi, I'm Cupcake. I'm going to be playing Lucasta Lubomir, for short Lulu. Uh, she's a little cotton candy airhead.
Perfect, perfect. And with all of our players introduced, and the story about to be underway, I welcome you all to the world of Loom Dunya, set in the holiday season, a little bit different from our own. The evening was cold, as you all pulled up in your various carriages and ways of transport to the city of Gisalith. For some of you, you've been here quite a lot. Um, you have watched the city expand into the way that it currently is, with its checkered walls and patches of interesting crumbling architecture that somehow still stays in place. The city like a mega church, as the roof is systematically opened and closed every single day to let light pour in. When this is exposed, you can see the bones of the city holding up the aristocratic and noble life, almost like something dying, but somehow tenacious to live. This is the royal monarch of Gisalith, and one that you're all familiar with, even if you haven't actually been there before. Uh, Going through the streets, seeing the various life and people who inhabit it, some not even elves, some from various monarchs, poor, rich, anything you can think of. You pulled up to the main support pillar of Gisalith. Went up a system of pulleys and elevators that brought you to the backbone of Gisalith. You all are expected to be attending a ball for the last new moon harvest, a celebration that happens the very last month of every year, in which the king and his company celebrate what has been brought in, the life of all of the people in the Seven Monarchs, and within the past couple decades also mourn the loss of the late king, his two sons, the children that those sons had, the wives that those sons had, and the wife and youngest child of the current High King, Asgard. It's a little bit of a dour affair, but everyone tries to keep light spirits. As everyone is beginning to enter the room, or is already in the room, everyone is dancing in extravagant gowns, some wearing masks, some not, but all having a much better time than the High King, who you can see sitting on his throne at the back of the room with an air of annoyance. His shoulder-length white hair, a stark contrast to the otherwise colorful and lively room. There's food set up amongst different tables, amongst cloth and lace, showing everyone just the way that the king lives. And you're not sure if he's happy about it or not. But everyone else is happy to live in the revelry. And as we zoom in on that revelry, Vapor, what are you doing?
I am definitely at the snack table.
Okay. There's various different types of snacks there. Finger foods, sandwiches, things that have been deep fried, as well as healthy things that are just kind of splattered about in crystal bowls. You grabbing anything in particular?
I am grabbing anything that is gonna take years off of my life.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So
Specifically anything that's like a delicacy to this region and not something I'd find at home.
Excellent. Okay. At home, there's a lot of fish. There's a lot of shrimp. There's a lot of that sort of thing. Here, the delicacies tend to be some of the birds that they hunt around here. You're finding yourself eating pheasant, like deep fried pheasant and pheasant sandwiched between two delicate slices of bread with some cheese and a nice spread. You are sampling a few of the rather interesting fruits. There's something called a Kira fruit that you don't get back home. Nice and sweet and tangy, a little bit crunchy. As you're standing at the snack table, demolishing it as best as you can, you hear a voice that you haven't heard for quite a while. It's deep and earthy. And behind you, you feel a presence. You feel their hand on your shoulder. It's warm and large. And you recall it from the day that they saved you. You turn your face to see your betrothed, Vertmarin. I'm surprised you're here.
I am as well.
Did your Lord Father decide that you were the best for the job?
I think so. I wasn't really listening. I was just told to come.
Understandable. And to come you did. He kind of looks into your eyes and brushes his thumb along your cheek, kind of grazing it along your jaw. It's nice to see you.
It's nice to see you too. Did you want a snack?
He's taken aback for a second. What kind of snacks are these? These don't look like game.
I am not quite sure, but they're very tasty. And then I'm gonna feed him one of the fruits.
Perfect. As you begin to unknowingly flirt with your fiance, we will pan over to Lulu. Lulu, what are you doing in this extravagant ballroom?
I mean, most likely, she's been around parties, but she's never been to like a big party. She's gonna like find a nice little like spot where she can post up and just look at everyone's outfits. There's so many cool outfits. There's so many shiny outfits.
Mm-hmm. This is the pinnacle of fashion. Any fashion that you would get in the Light Monarch is reflected here and there and everywhere in the crowd, as some of your people are here. Some of the nobles that you know, who you've invited to parties, are also here. Ignore my son in the background eating the decorations. But there's bright pinks and bright yellows. There's beautiful greens that are just kind of ever flowing. There's some decorated around the table. There's a mixture of beautiful flowers that you can tell some of them were imported from the Light Monarch. Overall, there's just splashes of color all over the place. There are quite a few people here. Do you look for anyone in the crowd that you may know while you're looking at all of these outfits?
I don't think she's gonna have the thought to do that.
Understandable. What are you wearing?
Okay, ball gowns. I think she's probably gonna go with something that's like bubblegum pink, with like lots of fun little like frilly trims and ruffles, and like maybe since it's a big fancy ball thing, like some like crystal beading jewel things that like along the skirts, so that way it catches the light, makes it all like shimmery.
You are light incarnate, and the candles around you and the candelabras that are just above your head, maybe a foot or two, are reflecting off of you, making you unintentionally a bright star in the dim corner that you happen to stand in. Chessa, you notice this. There's not too many people who are so glittery in the room.
Oh, Louie! Is that you? My God, it's been ages. How have you been?
Chessa?
Jenna, yeah.
Oh my God! Hi. I'm doing great. Lou's doing great too.
God. We were both so little when we last saw.
Yeah, like
You're looking fantastic.
I made it myself. It's so pretty.
You've done amazing, as always.
This is the first time you've been to Gisalith, Chenna, and when you came in, you weren't expecting things to be in such a low state in the city. But now that you're in the bones of the city, you can see where your grandparents told you belong here. They are very much for this lifestyle. They very much believe in mixing all of the monarchs together in a bit of a high society. But when you originally asked about the state of Gisalith, like what's it like there, what kind of people am I gonna see, they kind of give you a little bit of a whimsical smile and said, when you originally asked about the state of Gisalith, like what's it like there, what kind of people am I gonna see, they kind of give you a little bit of a whimsical smile and said, you'll see everyone there. You're kind of starting to see what they mean. Just the contrast is ridiculous. But them sending you here has also brought you your friend, too. So it's great. Yes,
It's
sorry,
not what I expected it would be. There's quite a lot more people, I guess.
There's lots of people at parties. I mean, this is a bigger party than I'm used to, but there's people.
It's nice and lively. I like it.
while you two are catching up in a corner, not too far away from a snack table, so you can go and grab stuff if you like. What are you and your shadow dance partner doing, Funabresa?
Technical difficulties.
Now you're good.
So Vida, my dance partner, would probably be very similarly stuffing themselves with all of these snacks. Funabresa isn't really one for eating around other people and is kind of pretending to hold a glass of some drink that she found and just observing the room, not really saying much. She doesn't really like these parties. They're all just pretense to her.
Fair enough. Vida, having not grown in the same monarch as you, is very much having a great time filling plate after plate and shoving it in their face. Every once in a while they'll turn to you and they've got a little whipped cream here, they've got like something stuck in their teeth, and they eventually wander back over to you and go, "Come on, Breezy, you don't want to eat this, it's delicious."
We can get just as delicious stuff at home.
Home, home, home. It's not that bad here, Breezy. You don't get to come here very often.
Yes, and that's a good thing, darling.
Good. Okay, maybe it is, but you know, we're here for something important, and that's always good.
We'll see.
You thinking something's happening?
Why else are we here?
Maybe. And I don't know, this could just be, my naivete, but we could just be invited because we're badass and we should be allowed to have a good time.
I'm gonna gently reach up and kind of clean their face off, get the whipped cream and deposit it on some kind of napkin or someone walking by. I think it's your naivety.
I think that you'd be a grouchy old lout without my naivete.
Yes, and I think you'd be long dead without my logical, well thought out, pre-planned ideas.
Vida will lovingly take their hand, and grab you like by the back of the head and forcibly like lean your head down and give you a kiss on the forehead and say, we live a little bit better this way.
Funabresa is gonna quickly check that there isn't any like slight lipstick mark, and yes, well, let's try and get through this.
Let's try and get through this, they say as they go and get another plate. Meanwhile, all of these people are having such a good time. What you doing, Grayscale?
Well, there's
Oh
been
no,
a lot of
commit.
people.
Commit. You chose this type of character. Commit.
I think the first thing I'm gonna do is find the closest sucker and steal their wallet. That is if I
Okay.
can get there.
Because if you can what?
That's if I can get there.
Oh, I love him so much already. Okay, literally first roll of the game. Excellent. So remember, this system works off of different dice. So if you are going to be doing some thievery, I would like you to roll the thievery roll. What is the dice that is linked to that skill for you?
That's a D8.
All right, go ahead and roll. Oh, and before I
2.
forget, everyone, whenever you roll whatever dice you have, you will always roll it with a companion d6. It's called a wild dice, and essentially, if you roll low on the first dice and you roll high on the d6, you take whichever one is higher. So please roll a d6 as well.
Okay. I think that's this one. 1.
Okay. Well, this is a highfalutin party and all these whippersnappers are just getting more and more observant. It's ridiculous. So observant, in fact, that I'm not even going to make Funabreza and Vita roll to notice that there is an old man, super old. You do not know how this person is still breathing old. Literally, you're not sure if he's trying to cop a feel or if he's trying to steal their wallet, but his hand is in the back pants pocket of a fire noble. Oh, we lost Sarge.
Wow, that really just happened.
It really did.
No, sorry. There's
No,
this
you're
like
good.
absolutely walking corpse trying to cop a feel.
Either cop a feel or steal this person's wallet, one of the two.
Vita, considering your people skills, would you like to talk to that one?
How do I talk to it? It doesn't look like, it looks like a marionette. That can't be living.
Okay, go find the strings and pull them.
Fine. You will notice, Aldrin, you notice a rather tall fire elf? No, too dark a skin. Earth
Earth, I believe we made.
elf? No, yeah, sorry, I'm doing perspective. Fire elf? No. Earth elf? Maybe? Shadow elf? Possibly. They walked away from another one that's definitely a shadow elf. Maybe. You're not sure. But they are walking towards you with the air of someone who is being dragged by their collar towards you. Hey, pat on the shoulder. Are you alive?
What
Oh,
the
shit, you
hell
talk.
do you want?
I'd like you to stop groping the guests.
I don't have to explain myself to you because I don't.
Oh, no, I'm not asking for an explanation. I'm telling you to stop groping the guests.
Unibresser is going to glide in. I said people skills. I didn't say harassment. We don't.
This is people
get...
skills. I don't know what you're talking about, Breezy.
Vita, we've talked about this before. You're meant to go in, act as bubbly as you always do, and then we can have it sorted without you starting a fight with a corpse.
Ah, shit, you're right. Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me reset. Hey, person who may or may not be alive, questionable status right now. Could you really be nice and just stop copping a feel on this very nice and super confused noble?
First of all, I'm not trying to cop a feel, you kids in your new language. I am trying to steal his wallet.
Oh.
We good here?
The noble has noticed what is going on.
Fuck.
You're trying to steal my wallet?
No.
You're in the presence of the High King.
Wait, hold on.
It's not
I
like
was returning your stolen wallet. See, I found it, and I was trying to sneak it back into your pocket before the others noticed.
You can't be too careful in places like these.
I'm going to have Aldorn roll me a persuasion check, and I am going to have would you like to? I'm going to allow an assist, so if you want to also roll persuasion, you can do so as well. Don't forget to roll your wild dice, which is the D6 companion.
Okay, I'm gonna be told to walk through this. So
you're good. So
persuasion is D8, and then I roll a D6.
So you roll a D8 and a D6 together. Whichever number is higher, you keep that number.
I have a really quick question from when I watching the previous one shot.
Yes.
If it hits the highest number on the die, it explodes, right? And you roll again.
Yes, that is correct.
Add it
So-
together.
No, you're good. You're like exploding dice are fun. So essentially, if you hit max on a dice, you roll it again, and you keep adding that number until you stop rolling the max number.
Lit.
I love that.
Isn't it great?
Okay, so I picked the highest roll.
Yes.
So that's a 7.
7. Okay. What did you get? Old man.
I got a 1.
Okay. So, real quick, I will recap what bennies are, just for everyone's benefit, because I know quite a few of you are not familiar with this system. All of you, surprise! If you've ever played D&D, you know what luck is? Everyone gets it. They're called bennies. You get 3 of them. Aside from during character creation, if I told you get 1 more or 1 less, then take that many. But you rolled a nat 1, which means you can spend a benny either to re-roll. In the future, if you need a hint from me, you can spend a benny for that. Or, if you want to do something called dumb luck, you can spend a benny for that, which is essentially, you succeed in what you are trying to do, but there is a failure on some other part.
I'll do the last one.
Dumb luck. Okay, so you spend a benny for dumb luck. So the noble believes you. The noble does. Unfortunately, you seem to have drawn the eye of not only Vapor. This is causing a little bit of a scene. So while you are flirting with your fiancé, Vapor, you notice this ruckus going on with this old man and this shadow elf, and you think another shadow elf, you're not sure. You would notice this as well, Lulu and Chenna. And you've also drawn the eye of the High King himself. He stands from his throne, and you notice that underneath the black cloak that has checkered pattern along the collar, you notice as he stands the glint of armor underneath. You can see the cuts and tears from several battles, and his ears are adorned, littered with piercings. In this culture, piercings are directly linked to successes and accomplishments in your life. He has 13 of them on each ear. These are things like winning battles, surviving the fall of kingdoms, that sort of shit. And he has 13 on each ear. And he begins to walk towards you, a look of simultaneous disinterest as well as annoyance on his face. What's going on here?
Me? Oh,
Yes, you.
Well, Your Majesty, look at me. I'm almost dead. I should have been dead. These young, they know nothing of the war, of life. And these youngins, they are just harassing a poor old man.
Are you trying to gaslight the High King right now?
Absolutely not, Your Majesty. I am merely speaking the truth. I would never, Your Majesty.
I would
The
like you to roll
utmost
me persuasion right the fuck now.
That one. Okay. Oh, Lord.
Did we just make
It's a 3.
intentional incident?
You might have. What did you roll? What did you roll?
I got 3.
Okay. I'm sure they know nothing of the war. But keep in mind, I am also younger than you. What are you attempting to say about people younger than you, old man? Perhaps you're a bit more obsolete than you think.
Well, you're absolutely correct there. I should have died years ago. I have no idea why I'm still here. Some vague recollection of a curse somewhere, I have no idea. But it's not the youngins that I am speaking of here. I am merely speaking of this group that I am interacting with this fine day. Your Majesty.
He looks over and Vita just goes, "Hi."
Quick question. What does this old man look like?
Well, picture Pop Pop in the nursing home when you were 5. That suspiciously only time you ever met. Also, weirdly jacked for no reason.
So sometimes you know how when you're downtown, there's like that really, 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 really old person that's like on their walker, just kind of struggling at all sorts of life.
I will send Sarge a message. I know exactly who to use as a example.
Perfect.
It's okay. I've got you.
Like what elfish race?
They appear to be some weird breed of air elf, but they have green eyes, which maybe they're part wood elf or something? You're not quite sure. Definitely some sort of air elf, though.
Skin color?
Skin color?
Translucent. Old man skin.
Blue veiny.
Like, is it light enough?
Real blotted.
Is it light, like pale, or?
You could shine a light through it, is what I think he's saying.
I look like a ghost. Pigment doesn't exist for me anymore.
Pigment doesn't exist anymore. I can work with that. I'm sorry, Your Majesty, and she's going to do this big flourish and bow, and on the way down kind of hit Vita to try and, you're meant to be bowing right now, and
they'll bow too.
Sorry, my grandfather hasn't been there for quite some time. We'll move along. We wouldn't want to ruin your party for you.
Your grandfather, you say?
Twice removed. Sorry,
I have never in my life had to roll so many persuasion rolls in a row, but I need one right now.
How many of those bennies do I get?
3. You can spend one
Is it
to
only on a
reroll.
what?
No, you can re-roll on anything if you spend a Benny. Go ahead.
Oh.
You got 2 more bennies.
The exact same number.
The king. Do you want to re-roll, use another Benny, or are you gonna keep it?
How many bennies do I have?
You have 2 more.
Nah, we'll roll with that. It's a 3.
Okay. All right.
It's a
3. 3 is the number of the night so far. Okay. So
3 is the number of idiots standing in front of the king.
3 is the number of brain cells you are all currently sharing. So the High King looks you up and down, looks Vita up and down, looks the old man up and down. His gem-like green eyes, like emeralds that have been cut and polished, have just been stuck in his face. Like, they are luminous. Kind of flick between the 3 of you for a minute. Well, keep your grandfather in line. I don't want to have to worry about any stargazing. Enjoy the festivities. Keep your hands out of people's pockets. I'll cut it off the next time I catch you. And he walks back to his chair. The party kind of buzzes for a second with talk, and then the festivities resume. The rest of you have noticed this exchange and can interact or avoid as per appropriate, whatever you'd like to do.
I am gonna completely forget about my fiance and the whole interaction that just happened. Have an ADHD, I need to go see what the fuck was just happening moment. And just without a single word, just like shove that fruit in his mouth and just like glide across the floor over to this event as the king or the monarch or whatever is leaving, and just be like lingering nearby with like questions.
Ask your questions. There's a very tall, dark lady with light skin and dark hair. There's a very tall person with dark skin and bright hair. And there's a sack of leather that you think is sentient.
And me wearing a very sheer fucking drapey top and, you know, nipples exposed probably, just reaches over and grabs the first person near me and is like of gently like shaking your hand and just being like, hi, what's going on? It's gonna be whoever's three.
Okay. Gonna do that, like, you know when you touch something hot and you're like,
I am pretty hot.
yeah. Russia's gonna kind of have that reaction and like immediately put the hand that was just touched by someone else on Vida, kind of like a cleansing.
It's fair, you don't know where my hands have been.
We're at a party.
Yeah, we party differently. Go on.
You're making me lose my train of thought. She's gonna kind of look over and it was just a misunderstanding about the intentions of, and she's gonna look over at, was it Aldor? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Aldor.
She's gonna look over at Aldor and kind of, my grandfather was just trying to help.
No need to persuade me, immediately believe you, okay. Oh, your grandfather looks like he needs to sit down or eat something or get a coffin. I'm not really sure, but that was kind of scary.
Yes, I'm not usually talking to His Majesty in front of so many people. It was uncomfortable.
Nobility can be scary.
There's a seat over here, says Vida. Come on, dude. And they like scoop you up from under your armpits, Haldor, and start like taking you to the wall, not too far away from Chenna and Lulu.
Hi. You guys okay?
Yeah. Grandpa's fine. Say you're fine, Grandpa.
Bite me.
Bite me?
You want to test it? I have no shame.
I feel nothing.
Don't mind him. He's senile and also somehow still
You're
living.
senile.
I mean, if you want somebody to bite you, I suppose I can oblige.
I don't want to live anymore.
I wash my hands of this.
Isn't he your grandpa?
Twice removed.
I don't know her.
The senility is really, really difficult.
Ah.
Are you being kidnapped?
Yes, I am. Please help.
No, he isn't. He's just senile and Rita
you're
ribs you.
fine. I crave freedom and death.
The way people treat their families up here above water.
Ooh, above
To
water.
be fair, he's lucky to be alive.
I wonder.
I
What
would
the
have
king
put him
would
out
have
of his
done to him.
misery.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have you guys ever seen the king like that before?
I've never seen him before.
It's been a while, but he didn't seem this grumpy last time.
Probably has
I've only
something
ever
to do-
heard that he's.
Oh,
Sorry. I've only ever heard that he's, serious at times that it's needed. He's usually fairly jovial. I mean, we have celebrations about death, for Pete's sake.
I mean, his family was killed not too long ago. Maybe he's still grumpy about it.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, what did he expect? He's royalty. Of course his family was going to become a target. Maybe he should have looked after them.
Or, to be
That's
fair,
kind of
he's the
mean.
youngest. Let them all die. He gets the throne. It's kind of how kings do, right?
Do you
well,
really
That's
think
also-
that's what he did?
They murdered his wife and one of his kids, though, too. I don't think he would purposefully have tried to kill his own wife and kid.
Well, I didn't say he did it. I just said he didn't exactly stop it.
However, that would also throw off any suspicion that it would be him, and probably would have been the best tactical move.
I'm not one for tact all the time, but you do realise that we're speaking treason in the royal court.
It's okay, I'll deal with it later.
I mean, it
That terrifies me.
also seems kind of mean just to say that he'd kill his family.
It's just breezy. It's just breezy. It's fine. Breezy. We should probably ixnay the Easentray. Probably.
It's the only fun thing about these events, but okay.
I know, but if the head whisper hears, then he might get annoyed with us, so we should probably chill out.
I mean,
the
Party
food
that
seems
ends with a
good.
brawl is always a nice one, but I don't know that these guys are into brawling. Looking around at the guards that probably are armed.
Oh, very much so. Armed to the teeth. They shine like Lulu does, with all of their armor.
I don't like fighting.
A party that ends with a brawl?
Yeah. Gotta have a good scuffle every now and again. Shows you who your real friends are.
Friends?
Like me, but
Get
not
the-
because of fate.
Oh, okay, yes.
Do you want a friend?
I have one?
Do you want another friend?
Why would I want another if I already have a perfectly good friend?
Because friends are fun. You can have lots of friends.
Oh, I get it.
It's like
Vita.
You
It's like-
broke her. Shh, it's okay.
That's a scream for help if I ever saw one.
Shit, they're still there. Sorry, water elf. I did not remember you were there.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh, I recognize you. I've seen you at my brother's parties before. Vapor?
Yeah.
Yeah, you always have pretty outfits too. I know you.
Wait. Brother?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
You've talked to both of us before.
Both of you?
Yeah. There's two of them. It gets a bit confusing sometimes. I've always found it best just to call him Louis.
Oh,
That way, whichever one it is, you know you're right.
But what?
I mean, he should be here. This is his job, but the people in charge also mixed us up.
I just thought he had really good fashion.
I mean, he has good fashion too, but he tends to dress less frilly than I do unless he's pretending to be me to play a prank.
You can do that?
I mean, we look the same, so we just pretend to be each other sometimes. It's really funny.
I think I need to sit down.
I mean, there's a really good leather couch here that pretends to be a person. You could always sit there.
Okay, thank you very much for letting me borrow your lap, sir.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna sit on it.
There is a very dainty and muscular buttock sitting on top of your head right here.
I just need a moment.
So the party goes on. You guys can continue to speak or not, however you want to do it. But the party continues. There's dancing, there's food, there's music. At one point...
Come back to the food table.
Okay. At one point, the High King gets up and addresses the Shadow massacres of 30 years ago, where his family passed away. Standing next to him on his right is a child who is almost the spitting image of him, except his eyes are like a deep ocean blue. Gem-like, but a deep ocean blue, not the green of the royal family. And as he addresses this, there are a couple of you... Everyone would be aware that this king has 3 children, but only one is ever front-facing, and it's this one. And he is the leader of the armies. The speculation is that since all of them were kind of massacred, they only try to keep the strongest one front-facing so that it's harder to kill the other 2. But some of you who've been around long enough would know that this is a long-standing family practice. Old man.
They just do the same thing over and over again.
Well, sometimes that's just the way it is. You know, royal families are royal families. This voice is new. It's accompanied by someone with brown hair, possibly wood elf origin. But they have deep green eyes. You know, the way family is sometimes. By the way, you're really old.
Yep.
When you breathe, does it rattle?
If I'm nearby, I want to go throw my ear against his chest to find out, okay?
You can be nearby and you can do that. What does it sound like when you breathe?
I breathe just fine. Thank you very much.
Definitely is something stuck in there.
I'll just stick you all in a well.
I could get it out.
I can't climb good, so please don't put me in a well.
Okay, so you're going in the well first.
No offense intended, but you really don't look like you could lift yourself up out of that chair, much less anyone into a well. I'm sorry, I guess I meant full and I was fully intending to, insult you there. But, yeah.
I'm so tempted to just, get up and sprint.
You.
Can you sprint?
Sprint through the ballroom, probably not the best idea, but I mean, if you want to do it.
Not necessarily through the ballroom, just a pretty quick little giddy up me and a shuffle away.
All right. The antics go on for a bit, just like my son, and eventually you all find yourselves in the hall for one reason or another. Some of you are taking a little space to breathe. Some of you are taking in the city lights for the first time. The night is starting to fall, and you start to hear a rattle and shake as creaking and moaning begins to almost approach you. And for any of those who would go to a balcony and look, you can see the roof of Gisalith beginning to close. You see the edges of the parapets where the roof meets the wall lined with magic users casting magic that are pulling the roof back on top. And after a couple of minutes, it finally settles into place. So now the place looks just like an entire fucking church. The lights of the city are brighter now because there is nothing really escaping from the top, but you do lose the starlight when this happens. And as this happens, and you find yourselves on the balcony, Aldorn, you hear the voice of your long-time rival, the second oldest elf in existence, Lawson, that little bastard. He's a water elf and he's always been a bitch.
That son of a bitch.
You're still
I need
breathing?
to go give him a talking to.
Oh no, he's approaching you.
Fantastic.
You're still fucking breathing, Aldorn.
Why the hell do you still live? I know why I'm here. Why the hell are you?
To see you suffer. He begins to do something in his hand. I would like all of you to please, because I'm sorry, I'm headcanoning it, you're on the balcony. I would like you all to either roll common knowledge, or if you have it, occult. Breezy is dressed in furs. Perfect for a ball.
At a 4.
I have 2. Which one am I rolling it for?
You have 2. What do you mean?
I have 1 for aristocrat things and 1 for not.
1 for normal things, not for aristocratic things.
Oh, the negative one. Got it.
And don't forget to roll your accompanying d6 with whatever die you have.
Yes.
With my negative, it would be a 5.
Wow, you rolled
Sorry,
really
what
well.
am I rolling?
So you are rolling either a common knowledge roll or a occult if you have it, whatever that dice would be. And don't forget to roll your d6 with it.
So, it's a d6 for me for common knowledge. I rolled a 6.
So you roll again on, if that's the 6-sided dice, you roll again.
Okay, so that's 10.
Okay.
I rolled max on both of them.
Roll again. What'd you get, Hal?
5.
5. Okay. Cupcake?
4.
Okay. What about you, Aldorn?
I got a 9.
9. Nice, nice. After you rolled again, what'd you get, Nebby?
You want me to roll again, even if it's a negative?
Well, yeah, the dice explodes. So if you get the
That's
maximum
fair.
number on the die, you roll it again. You just subtract the negatives after you're done rolling.
Oh, that's fair. That would be a 9.
Nice. Okay. So those of you who got 7 or above, you are able to tell that he is casting some sort of spell. But by the time you realize it, it's too late. And you quickly find all of your perspectives tunneling, almost. It's like everything is shifting all at once. You find stars flashing in front of your eyes as your head swims. You're not quite sure exactly what's going on, but everything feels weird. Your arms, your legs, your torso, everything feels large and small at the exact same time. And once the smoke clears and your vision is finally back in focus, you are standing in front of a giant that is the person that just cast this spell. And when I say giant, I mean you are the size of ants compared to this person. Their voice booms in your ears. Wanna see you get through this, Aldorn? Oh, and you guys too. And they walk away, booming steps as they pass.
Slimy little snake. Should have skinned you.
They got really tall real quick.
Yeah,
Excuse
that is
me?
not what happened.
Get with him.
He is
I don't
already
even
gone.
know him. Yeah, she's just shouting to the void.
I do that sometimes.
Can I go back to the party?
Is everything bigger?
Everything is bigger.
Is Vida also small?
Vita was back inside getting another plate of snacks, so Vita is actually not with you.
Well, this is uncomfortable. Eldon, tell me you can reverse this?
What was that again?
Focus, old man.
I am.
Tell me you can reverse this.
Reverse what?
We're tiny.
We're tiny?
I'm not a geneticist. How is that my problem?
It's your problem because you got us into this mess.
How?
That person seemed to be talking to you when you were alone. I've never met that person in my life.
You've seen him too?
She's gonna, look across at everyone, are we all witnessing this?
Wait, are we, small or did everything get big? I'm confused. Not me, Cupcake, just Lulu is confused. Lulu did not notice what was happening.
Yeah, you're small.
You're small.
You were big and now you're tiny because that asshole, what's his douche face? He always does this to me. I'll get him back next time. I just can't remember where I put that book. Oh.
So does the book have a way to make us normal?
What book?
We were just talking about a book to get back at them.
To get back at who?
Okay, she's gonna start looking around and seeing if there's, anything around or if there's a way she can signal Vita.
Fair enough. What were you trying to say, Nebby?
I don't remember.
Fair.
I think it's contagious.
Okay. So one of the benefits of being a shadow elf is that when your dance partner is nearby, you can communicate through shadow. The only problem is if Vita is inside the party, there's a lot less shadow in there than there is out here. So you're gonna have to get near some shadow near Vita if you want to talk to them. Um, Either that or they're going to have to wander onto the balcony on their own. So it's a little unreliable. That's really all you've got. If everyone's complaining about this the way that they seem to be, both I would like both actually three. I would like Chenna, Aldorn, and Vapor to roll me. We'll say common knowledge. Specifically, use your aristocrat stuff though. Vapor. I love it when my players smile when they roll. It's either horrible or wonderful.
Let me see if I can share. But yeah, we got yeah. We got double ones, baby.
Okay, guys. Oh my god. Oh. You've been out of the aristocrat life for so long. Nope, you got nothing.
I love how this knowledge comes easy to me, and you got it too.
You're so confused with the fact that everything around you is bigger than you remember, but you could have just not noticed it before. You're just so distracted with that you're not paying attention. What about you, Aldorn?
It was mine.
Okay. You've seen magic like this before. That little fucker's done stuff like this to you before. Every time it's happened in the past, though, you've just gone to the High Magus and they've fixed it for you. Or whoever is the highest spellcaster in the area that you're in. The High Magus is supposed to be part of the royal family, so I'm sure you could probably talk to one of them.
I remember now. I gotta go talk to the king, huh?
Maybe.
How do
You
I
don't know
do
if he's
that?
the High Magus or not. I mean, the High Magus is generally like a noble of some sort, but it changes with each generation. And there's been a couple wars, so a few generations have died out, so you have no fucking clue who it could be. But do you voice this out loud?
Maybe it's the kid. I have no idea who it could be, huh?
The kid?
What about a kid?
You said maybe it's the kid.
I didn't say that. I said I don't know who it is.
Oh. Who was
What
it?
is? Cheeks.
Who is what?
Well, that's what we're asking.
I don't know what the conversation is. Who was what? I don't know how to help you. Oh, but I am kind of tiny, and I need to talk to somebody named Megan.
Megan?
Named Megan?
Yeah. Megan something. Or something Megan. I don't know.
That's a very strange name.
Well, that's what I remember.
This Megan powerful?
Yeah. She's like a... Ooh, you know?
The only Megan I knew was a stallion.
The stallion talked of in legend?
The forest of war.
I mean, anyone with a smarts that's over D8 or is a D8, I feel like it'd be fine to piece that together.
Not me.
Can kind of
Not
start playing a
me.
guessing game.
So, I'm going to assume that it's not Megan, and you're meaning Magus?
Oh, Magus. Yeah, that's right.
She's the smart one.
Oh. Right. Do you know who they are?
He
Ah.
already said it. It's Megan.
Oh, the line's been broken so many times. Let's see. We're keeping track of things.
Is this something that Funebrasa would know, or
It's something that Funebrasa might have knowledge of. Go ahead and roll. It wouldn't be common knowledge. Go ahead and just give me a smarts roll. Give me a smarts roll.
and do I also roll d6?
Yes, you also roll d6.
You're gonna get so sick of me asking that.
Yeah, you're good.
That's a 5.
Okay. You remember Vita talking about it because they were really surprised when they learned who it was, but for the life of you, you can't remember. This is such a frustrating situation.
Okay. I know we're so tiny and this is going to take a while, but we need to get inside that ballroom and get to some shadows by Vita. You know, the boisterous one that I was standing next to.
This might be an inappropriate question to ask, but why do we need to be near shadows?
She's full gonna zone out.
We're kind of little. Kind of wee. I don't think we really want to be seen anyway.
I just don't understand what a bunch of shadows are gonna do for us.
Take me with you.
It's
I don't know what she's on about, but they'd keep us safe. Might be
Yes.
suspected as mites. I don't want to get stepped on.
rather not be suspected of being a rodent, or that we are up to something nefarious when we did not do this to ourselves.
You lot talked about treason before.
Oh,
now
I'm
we're-
fine. I'm fine. It's no big deal.
Trees is something that I deal with every day. It's nothing to me.
I mean, agreed.
Okay.
Okay, well, I still don't understand, but I like the plan. I think. I don't know. Is it a plan?
It's
Yes.
a plan. I promise. It will lead to the Grand Magus.
I have no reason not to trust you.
Chenna starts walking away.
Where are you walking?
Well, you said the shadows. Come and find him. Come on.
We'll tail along.
We're all just walking. No more questions. Let's go.
People trusting them.
I love how Funibris is the smart one, and Chenna's like the okay, and just let's go, let's do it, let's come on.
She said it was a plan.
Yeah,
We've got a plan. We go with it.
fair enough.
I'm gonna be following directions. Somebody else makes the directions and I do them.
Okay. So you guys make your way. It takes you so long to get off the balcony. It takes you so long to get back into the ballroom. But once you cross the threshold from the balcony back to the ballroom, you are overwhelmed with giants. There are feet all over the place. All over. And not only are there people dancing, the ground is shaking. It's hard to stay steady. the noise that was nice before is suddenly bombarding your ears in just the cacophony of just sound that's distorted, almost like you've taken something and you'd slowed it down by so much pitch that it's unrecognizable to the way you heard it before. And yeah, I mean, someone drops just like a piece of food on accident, and it is larger than your guys' bodies, and you can tell this is just a crumb.
It reminds me that I'm hungry from that long walk.
I mean, there's a perfectly good piece of food right in front of you.
No. I'm too classy for that.
Ah, that is
for
true.
now.
That is true. Oh, well, it's unfortunate that you were hungry. So how do you guys plan on finding Vita?
I'm going to be real with you. I already forgot why we walked in here. I am so distracted with the fact that I am so hungry.
Funibrexa is probably going to try and direct everyone to, like, the row of tables to try and walk under them to avoid feet. To also get, like, a bit of cover from that light and noise. And she's also kind of assuming that Vita would probably still be around some kind of food table. And so it's just kind of trying to piece, like, that together. Plus, under table equals shadow.
Right, fair enough. So to get to the table, you are gonna have to pass a couple different feet. Some of them are dancing, some of them are shuffling in place. Some of them are witnessing my son throw a hairbrush into the glass window, but it's okay. It didn't break. It's fine. I want athletics checks from all of you to dodge all of the moving feet.
My rolls are coming up perfectly the way I wanted them to. I wanted you to know that.
Fair.
I got a nice 3.
This is gonna be even funnier.
I got a 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 5 also.
Okay. Lulu?
I got an
5.
11.
5. 11.
It's D10.
This dusty old man is just, like, out
That
maneuvering us.
I will also point out that he has the highest pace of everyone. He is the fastest person in this entire group.
What in the crap are you?
I would like a piggyback ride.
Absolutely not.
So,
You might break his spine.
so the DC was not actually very high, to be fair, but somehow a couple of you still didn't pass it. For anyone who got a 4 or above, you are able to easily make your way around the feet. You just find some feet that aren't moving, you dart your way through, easy peasy. You, Aldorn, you have this is your life. This is how you live. You live for speed. You need it, in fact. And so you just zoom right through.
You can say he has a need for speed.
Perhaps. Who got a 3? I know that Nebby got a 3. I think you got a 3 as well, Cupcake? No, you got a 5. 5, okay. So the only one who did not succeed is Nebby. So
I'm terrified, okay?
Is
Vapor, you
there
are
any way
hungry.
that Funibrexa could help? Just in the way of, like, she's used to having someone she has to look out for and is kind of
I'll allow it.
yoinking through thing.
I'll allow it. It'll be a last minute thing. You are tired and you're hungry, Vapor, and you don't know where you are anymore.
I miss my boyfriend.
Yeah, your fiance was here and then he magically disappeared. You have no idea what happened to him. And
He's supposed to save me.
he is supposed to save you, but for some reason he's not. How dare he? And as you see a giant mass about to fall upon you, a perfectly manicured hand grabs you by the wrist and pulls you out from underneath the foot, underneath the table. You find yourself unwittingly in the arms of Funebressa.
I was about to say, it's like almost that comical, like, twirl into, like, a hug kind of thing, and then...
I'm going to straight up hug you. Like my life depends on it.
Here, you can take my hand so we can move better.
I'm clinging to you. You're gonna have to pry me off. I'm sorry. I'm scared, okay? I was almost smushed.
Can I make a maneuver, whether I'm using fighting as in like martial arts or something, to like throw her over my shoulder and just kind of like sack of potatoes carry her?
They are wafy. What is your strength?
My strength's only a D6.
Roll d6 for me.
No companion?
No companion.
Boy, I just got a 6.
Roll again.
Oh, I got a 3, so a 9.
So you are clinging for dear life to Funebressa, and before you know it, you are just whoop, and you are on the shoulder of Funebressa as she fireman carries you under the table.
I've had dreams like this.
Okay, you're all underneath the table. What's your plan now, Funebressa?
I promptly put this poor water elf down. I'm sorry, vapor down. And I start trying to like walk along the shadow and reaching out to try and talk to Vita.
Okay.
I would like to sit in the fetal position, thank you.
You
Sorry?
succeed. You succeed at the fetal position. No roll needed.
Thank you.
Lulu, it's very dark in here. You don't like it. So you try to reach out. You feel a connection, but every time you feel a connection, it slips. You feel it connect for just long enough at one point for Vita to say, "What is?" and then it drops again.
I've just realized that they're probably now trying to look, and they'll be walking away.
Hope you all stick around. We don't have ads or anything like that. We're just gonna go to some nice, pretty music for about 5 minutes or so. Snacks, drinks, popcorn. Bring your significant other. Bring your dog. I don't care. Have fun. Make it a whole cuddle puddle. It'll be great. Show us the pup.
Show us the baby.
Oh, the
Oh,
This the baby. This the baby. Don't lick the ears.
Really likes to lick.
This is the viewing experience you could have if you have your dog. Once you can
In your mouth.
bring your dog, and you two can get kissed in the mouth while you watch D&D. So we'll be right back, everyone. Guys? Alrighty, so last we left our intrepid heroes, their one hope for communication had just probably walked away.
Wait
What
a
now?
second. Wait a second. That's right. The king. I need to go speak to the king. I'll start walking towards the king.
Where is that? You're under a table.
I'm going to try to climb the table.
What were you going to say, Sarge? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, I was just gonna say that Funabrasa was gonna kind of like go to say something to him and then just like already witnessed him so far. Don't think I can stop him.
Fair. Roll me athletics, old man.
All right. Oh, 4.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll a d4 real quick just to see who's nearest to him when he falls. One
Oh,
is
boy.
Chenna. One is Chenna. 2 is Funabrasa. 3 is Lulu, and 4 is Vapor. 3. It's Lulu. Lulu, what are you doing when the full force of a sack of bones falls on you?
I'm really upset because I'm in a dark place, and so I'm just like fiddling with the like shiny parts of my dress to try to like comfort myself that it is too dark here.
You hear the soft clink, clink, clink of glass beads, and then thunk, as upon your head falls an old man.
Sorry about that.
You're heavy. Why are you heavy? You don't look like you'd be heavy.
Well, it is what it is. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go. My bad.
Do you need help? Why did you fall? Where did you come from?
That's not important right now. It's fine. We're gonna try that again. We're gonna give that one more shot.
Okay.
While this never-ending loop of insanity happens, what are you doing, Chenna?
Chenna's gonna sort of, go underneath where he's climbing. I'll catch you if you fall. It's a harebrained idea, but it's all we've got at the moment.
Okay. And you, Vapor? What are you doing? Still being in the arms of Funabrasa?
No, I'm gonna be kind of hiding behind one of those like legs of the table so that I can't accidentally be squashed. But I'm like looking for a familiar face out among the people that I really can't see faces of because they're so high up.
Okay, alright.
But you know, I
See a familiar
trying my
angle.
best. Yeah, that's a lewd.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, if you'd like, you can go ahead and do a notice check for me, see if you can notice. I doubt it'll happen, but you can always do it.
I doubt it'll happen too, but you know, not with those numbers. That was a 1.
They're so tall. Why are they so tall? You've never seen people this tall before. It's a miracle, an anomaly. Do you even know what the word anomaly means? Anomalies are weird. That's what you're doing right now.
Yeah, spiraling.
Okay. So, Funabrasa. Chenna and Lulu are making sure the old man doesn't hurt himself. And Vapor is going through an existential crisis at the edge of the tablecloth. What do you do?
she's gonna kind of do her best to do like those, that sharp, like, to kind of get everyone's attention all at once. Right, we don't really have time to be doing this. Let's brainstorm constructively. What have we got?
We need to speak to the king.
How are you gonna do that at this size?
I need to find something to get onto, a higher elevation, to be able to find him.
You just fell on her.
Well, somebody needs to be able to get up there.
You want me to climb?
You can try.
Okay, what are the other options? And she's gonna turn to everyone else.
I mean, maybe since we're small, if we find something else small, it would be easier to communicate. Like, I don't know, sometimes people, like, get really close to their animals. Maybe if we find a really nice mouse.
Alright, so you guys were planning, yes?
Right. We're small. Maybe if we find, like, a nice small creature, they can assist in navigating us or helping us find somebody who likes to interact with small creatures and perhaps pay attention to us.
Can anyone here speak to tiny creatures?
I mean, if we're just nice to them, maybe they'll take us somewhere else. There was that big thing of food. We can direct them to the food, and maybe they'll be nice.
Oh, what about they were carrying little trays around with food? Do you think somebody would carry us over?
Probably not.
I don't know if somebody would
They're
notice.
nice. I mean, that does require us getting on the plate, I guess.
Or making them see us, and we're very small.
That is true.
So climbing up the tables looking like the better option.
You're still quiet, Hal.
Oh, on a scale of like 1 to 10, what is the normalcy of this sort of a spell, of something that shrinks people?
It's rare. Usually you'd hear it in storybooks as a plot by the villain or something. This is high magic. Not many people can do this.
I mean, I'm really shiny. What if we just push me out in the middle of the floor? Maybe somebody will see me. Also, then I get out of the dark. I don't like it here.
I don't exactly think it'd be fun to be stepped on in this current form.
So
But
may
I
I
would-
resume climbing?
Again, you fell on her.
Maybe it's not the climbing that's the problem. Maybe it's what you're trying to climb. I think there could be other things. For example, the potted plants. There's a nice vine out there.
That's a good idea.
Potted plants? Okay. So you guys making your way back out to the balcony?
Making our way down here.
Oh, yeah. Somewhere where there's sort of, some sort of decorative plant that you can try and climb.
I mean, especially since it's a party, there's probably stuff like along...
Like garlands and
walls.
stuff like that. That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, there are quite a few. There are garlands. Someone you can tell has taken the painstaking effort to sew through a bunch of fresh berries, and guests have been picking off of it as they go. There's bits of tinsel that are kind of like braided along the walls. But you guys begin to get close. You spot it out, right? I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. You're able to kind of keep an eye out, and then you find it. As you begin to make your way through the feet again, you make it through, no problem. You're able to maneuver. You've learned from your mistakes. Funabressa, to prepare, can even put vapor over her shoulder if she'd like.
Just to piggyback this time.
Somebody is definitely my crossing the street buddy, and whoever that wants to be, you can choose now, or I'm just grabbing the random next person I see.
But as you find yourselves in a small, rare patch of open tile in this ballroom floor, from around the corner from the balcony, you see two paws stretch.
Oh no.
And a head comes around and turns, expecting to see food, and sees some food. You guys are in a chase. It's between you and that cat. Between you and the cat.
Oh my god, call me Gus Gus, I'm fucking running.
There's going to be a series of 3 rolls here. The first one is going to go ahead and be an athletics check for you guys to sprint your happy asses to that garland as fast as possible.
6.
6
I'm
barely
excited
succeeds.
for this to go well.
Sorry, did you say?
I said a 6 barely succeeds.
No, what am I rolling?
Oh, you're rolling in athletics.
Okay.
And remember, all of you, you have bennies.
Right, but do I want to succeed?
Yeah, do I want to succeed? That's
Do you
the
want to
thing.
get eaten by a cat?
Maybe.
Perhaps it's beneficial in this situation.
If you do the Benny, do you have to take the previous roll, or is it whichever one is highest?
You take whichever one is highest.
Okay.
Oh. Nuts. I only got a 5.
Eesh. Okay.
And I only have another penny, so I only have 1 left.
That is true. Okay, well that's what you got then. You got a 5.
I used a Benny and it exploded, so bear with me a moment.
Fair. What'd you get, old man?
Oh, I got a 6.
Cool. What about you, Nebby?
Gotta do. What was the Benny option?
If you spend a Benny, you can re-roll your dice.
I can't do dumb luck.
Dumb luck is only for nat ones.
Damn. I guess I'm rolling again, huh?
Yep, I guess you are. Oh.
I got a 3 that time.
Jesus Christ. Nebby, your dice hate you.
It's working perfectly for my character, okay?
I mean, fair. That is fair. Okay, so we've got 5. We've got, what'd you get again, Hal?
6. I used a
6?
Benny.
Okay. Cupcake, what'd you get?
11.
11. What'd you get, old man? You got a 6, and then
Yeah.
and then Nebby got a 3. Okay. So, Funabressa, you were so concerned with Vapor that you're just a little slow on the uptake. And so while Lulu starts off a little bit slow, they pick up the pace real quick. The same follows for Chenna and Aldorn, falling shortly behind. But you all make it, you 3 make it to the garland. Yeah. The other 2, let's see if the cat gets to you first, or if you get a second lease at life. Oh, hold on. Okay. Well, Funabressa, you get lucky. because the cat snatches vapor on its way past, trying to get you.
Yay!
Balls.
I've been chosen.
You do get knocked down, however. So I would like you. You'll take a second to stand back up. And you can either help vapor or make your way for the garlands. What do you choose?
As I'm being knocked down, is there any way that I could, like, throw a dagger?
Sure. You would be throwing something. I believe that falls under. Does that fall under, like, shooting? Or no, that'd just be a fighting roll. Okay. Go ahead and roll fighting for me. Technically it's under shooting, but I told you guys specifically not to take shooting, so we're gonna let it be fighting.
Okay. Yeah, so that was a 9.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, so you take a dagger from your sexy lady garter belt that I'm sure you have, and with one fluid motion, you flick it out of your hand. Are you trying to hit the cat or distract the cat?
I think in this moment, it would probably be to get it, like, in the soft part of its paw because it's grabbed vapor. Like, as much as she doesn't want to hurt the cat, she's also kind of like, this is a little bit too life and death to be worried about if it's got a boo-boo. So.
Fair. Okay. Alright, so while this is going on, can I have the 3 that succeeded originally roll me... Go ahead and roll me... Technically this would be another athletics. I'm going to have it be straight strength. Roll a straight strength roll for me. You do not get your companion dice on this.
4.
4.
That's the highest I can get. Wait, no, it explodes, right?
What'd you get?
A 4 on a 4-sided die.
And you roll it again. Yeah.
Yay. That's a 5.
I got a 1. Can I look around and see where our other companions are up to?
Sure. Okay. So, Aldorn is on the struggle bus again. Maybe climbing isn't his forte. Maybe it's just being fast that's his forte. Lulu seems to be doing just fine. And you are slowly losing your grip as you have rolled a 1. Is I believe is what you said, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the other 2?
The other 2, one of them is in a cat's mouth, and the other one has... You look over just in time to see her throw a dagger at the cat. Or something at the cat.
Oh, it's already... Sorry, is vapor already in its mouth?
Yeah, it like scooped it up as it passed.
Okay, in that case, I would have been throwing it, like, at its mouth to try and get it to, like, hurt it to open its jaws. My bad.
Gotcha. You're good.
Chenna is gonna turn around, and just roar at the cat, trying to sort of, no! Bad kitty! Put her down!
Okay. I love it.
And as she yells, her eyes her red eyes flash and sort of flicker with fire. She's just trying to intimidate the heck out of this kitty.
Okay, well, you intimidate the heck out of the cat for me.
She is mad. So that's 9.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, so, you realize climbing is not working for you. You see this happen. Funabressa, from behind you, you hear the most guttural roar you have heard since the last time that you were in a fight. And you look at it.
I was gonna stay in the bedroom with Vita.
You look over and it's just sweet little Chenna. You put him down! The cat is surprised by this. And drops Vapor. Like, puts its hackles up. You have
I'm gonna
intimidated
try and
the cat.
grab Vapor and run. Like, it dropped Vapor, I'm good at that. We're going. We outie.
Okay. What are you doing, Chenna?
Bad kitty. Go find your toy.
Scoots back forward and runs away. You are able to go get Vapor.
I love how I'm just a damsel in distress.
That is kind of what you made, to be fair.
I'm Daphne!
You are Daphne from Scooby-Doo. Does that make Aldor and Scooby?
Ruh-roh.
Canon now. I refuse to anything else.
Ranger is passed, thanks to some good thinking from Chenna. And you guys aren't in the way of any shoes or anything like that. But because of the way that this kind of all shook out, you guys are able to see the room a little bit better. You've come from behind the table and you're kind of like in a corner that no one else is really wallflowering against. You see people dancing across your memory. You see a bunch of people just kind of meandering around the tables. You see the king farther off in the corner, and you see a couple of nobles sitting at tables along, like off to the wings of the king, kind of dining on food and watching the procession and whatnot. So you have a good view of the room now.
Okay, we have to make our way over to the king.
Am I still up on the garland?
You are absolutely still up in the garland.
Can I just try to be extra shiny?
Sure, absolutely. How do you try to be shiny, Cupcake?
Alright.
I have a lot of experience with candles and windows, and I have a refractive thing on my skirt. If I try to like angle the candlelight through one of the beads, can I try to like flash people with the reflection?
I mean, to be fair, that's some pretty good thinking.
Yeah.
Do you have academics?
Roll
No.
to see how many people
Do you
are
have
blinded.
sciences?
No.
Okay, give me a smarts roll.
Straighter with a companion die.
I'll give you the companion die.
Oh, thank you. 5.
Okay. It's not a perfect science, but you are able to at least get some light refracting on you. And you're not sure what happens at first. You don't really seem like it. You're sitting there for a good minute, like moving your dress, like shaking, like twirling around, doing anything to try to refract. You do notice someone takes notice of you. And they skip over. They're wearing a very cute frilly dress, long sleeves, cuffs. They have very pretty lace gloves on that are like pink and white. They have like long brown hair that's done up in cute braids and like ponytails. And they have bright blue gem eyes. And they kind of look around at first, trying to figure out where the shiny thing is, because they saw it a second ago. And she walks up. Pizza! What? And she like crouches down. She is massive.
Hi.
You're all little. Wait. I don't remember bringing my dolls to life. What are you guys?
Normal people. Somebody shunk us.
That's really high magic, though. People can't do that usually.
I don't know who he was. He was mad. Grandpa over here. He shrunk us all.
Grandpa shrunk you? That's not nice, Grandpa.
No, not Grandpa. Somebody who was mad at Grandpa.
Grandpa, what did you do?
I don't remember.
Probably more what didn't he do?
Bad Grandpa.
That's my guess.
Oh yeah, it was cursed.
Really bad Grandpa. What the heck? She kind of, like, sits back on her heels for a second. I can help.
Yeah?
You have to be
Can you get
really
us to the-
quiet, though. It's a secret. Yeah, I can help. I can help. Here. And she holds out her hands.
Happily get into their hands.
Sorry.
Flies!
I mean, no thoughts of going to.
Okay.
I mean,
Does
Yeah.
everyone climb into her hands? Okay. So, it's like, don't worry, guys. I'll help you. She makes her way across the ballroom. Completely past the king. Makes her way through the room, down a hall, and turns, she, like, kind of shuffles you guys into one hand, and opens a door to what seems to be a magical workshop. There are potions along the walls in very neatly labeled racks along the wall. There's a bed, like, kind of looks like it's a little dusty, like people don't actually sleep in here, but it's there just in case. There's a large desk that, like, wraps around part of the room that has books upon journals upon pages. It's got even, like, a little, like, corkboard and string, like, behind it, and it's got various runes and scrawlings on it. She goes, okay. She sets you guys down, like, on the top of the table. Okay. So I need some stuff to help you. I'm gonna, I can't read any of these labels, though. If I tell you guys some stuff, can you help me find it? I have to draw something on the ground, and then I should be able to help you.
I guess so.
Okay.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, like, no reason we can't help you.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I should probably make sure. Okay. I'm not a bad guy. Okay? I promise. I'm not like Grandpa. I'm a good person. I'm the Hymegus in training.
huh.
Oh.
Oh,
It's you now.
So I can help. Okay? Don't worry. I got you. I just can't read these labels because they're written in a language I haven't learned yet.
Do you not think maybe you could grab your boss?
Yeah.
He's a little busy.
Maybe
right
he could
now.
help you to help us?
I mean, I suppose. But I think he's gonna be busy here in a second. If I leave you, the kitty might come back. I saw the kitty run over and was chasing mice, and I thought it was mice, and then I saw the shiny, and then it's you, and it's kind of easy to put two and two together at that point.
We can trust
I
her.
vote not being eaten by a cat.
yeah.
I don't want to be go against that cat again. Thank you.
So actually, okay, hold on. Maybe I could tell Daddy. I told Daddy he'd probably be able to help too, but I don't know.
think that's
Do you
I'll
want
do that.
do you want me to tell my dad and have him help, or do you want me to do it? I feel like Grandpa's gonna get in a lot of trouble if I tell Daddy, though.
Yeah, let's just do this quick.
Okay. So she takes out some chalk and she starts scrawling something on the ground. She gives you guys a list. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. It's just, fetch quest. You guys are grabbing shit off the walls. and you gather everything together. She's like, okay, so I, as High Magus in training, I must make you all aware that you are entering this circle of your own free will, and if I mess it up, I'm sorry.
Sounds good to me.
I accept.
I appreciate the help.
Okay.
Best
Okay.
case scenario, we die.
Okay. So she picks you guys up, puts you in the middle of the circle. She puts you in the middle of the circle. She leans down and she begins to chant. It's beautiful. You almost feels like she's speaking ancient languages that you've never heard before, but they tickle your ear in a way that feels familiar. Aldorn, you know these languages. These languages are very commonly spoken when you were young. And she's chanting about the purity of life, about the cleansing of water, the fractals of light, and how fire burns, how shadow hides what needs to be hidden, and how light illuminates it. And as she's getting near the end of her spell, your nemesis walks in again. Finally found you. God, that took forever. And she turns around. Who are you? Why are you in here? He goes, no. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I've been looking for you, princess. What do you mean you've been looking for me? I was just at the party. Yeah, I know, and I've been waiting for this moment. He approaches. He produces a dagger. And he begins to lean her against the wall. You guys are still tiny, and you are seeing this giant lean this child against the wall, dagger to her neck. Her eyes are going wide. What are you doing? Daddy? Daddy! And what do you do?
I'm throwing my
I'm
shoe at him immediately.
I'm sorry, you what?
Throwing my
Goes
shoe
me
at
home.
him immediately.
You throw
I'm
a
gonna
shoe
try and
at-
jump from. Which shoe?
I'm throwing my shoe immediately.
Okay. You're trying to do what, Chenna?
Channa's trying to run and jump onto him and bite whatever fleshy part that she can find first.
Okay, alright. What did you say you were doing, Funebressa?
How many daggers does Funebressa have on her?
You have 2 more.
I mean toothpicks.
In relation to where they are, like, does this person have their back to us, or?
All of his back, yes, but he is a very tall in your guys' current. Think on it for a second. What are you doing, Lulu?
I want to yell at him and just like scold him.
Okay.
I'd like to intimidate him.
Okay. Aldorn, what are you doing?
Can I attempt to complete the spell?
Absolutely. Okay, so hold on. In succession, what currently happens? A shoe gets thrown. It hits and falls. Lulu, roll an intimidation for me.
Accompanied or unaccompanied?
Accompanied. What are you doing, Funebressa?
I think she was gonna take. I've already forgotten your character's name. God damn it.
The little girl?
No, Hal's character.
Chenna.
Chenna. She's gonna follow Chenna, but with the daggers as like climbing implements, and kind of like also gonna do like the stabby stab.
Okay. And you said you were trying to crawl up his pant leg, Chenna?
Yeah, just pretty much get up and find a piece of flesh and bite.
Okay. So you two rush in to his ankle and start biting / stabbing. What'd you get for your intimidation, Lulu?
10.
Damn. Okay. Let me see here. Now the question is he paying attention? No, he is not. That is a natural 10 on a 10. Okay. Yeah, no, he pays no fucking mind to you. I'm so sorry, Lulu. And you guys are going at him. He kind of like jerks his foot for a second, almost as if he feels a tickle, but not much else. What do you do to complete the spell, Aldorn?
I understand the language and I have a vague memory of it because I've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to remember what the last words were.
Okay. You're gonna have to roll a smarts for me. This is gonna be a high DC, so don't be afraid to use your bennies.
Okay. I think this one, yeah. Oh, that one. Okay.
Don't be afraid to use your bennies.
Oh wait, are these assisted or non-assisted?
Assisted.
Like, okay, well then, probably. Well, that's a 2. No, we're gonna. Can we reroll both on one or just one?
You can reroll both on one.
Okay. Oh, 9.
Okay. So you attempt to complete the spell. You speak the words. Aldrin speaking in a language you guys. It tickles the same way that the voices were from the girl earlier. And you do something. You wave your hand around the circle. You attempt to complete it. You feel the spark of magic from your body, but you are so small, nothing happens. The girl is starting to freak out. She is hyperventilating. You can see him starting to try to put the knife into her throat. Who here is most attuned with magic and things that people don't necessarily like? AKA, who worships Mother Night here?
Hey, mommy.
Even in the
Yes.
smallest sense. She is the mother of, she's the one who invented dance. She is the one who is considered the mother of beasts, magic. Anyone aside from
I'm a
Quinnivan?
sunshine boy.
You're a sun boy? Okay.
Yeah, I'm a sunshine boy. Like, I appreciate her because, like, she is the lover of my son father.
My
Okay.
son
Well,
daddy.
let me word it this way. If you believe in Father Night or Mother Light, or Father Light and Mother Night, my brain got those backwards in my own gods. You may reach out.
Eat.
Just
What we
roll for
using
me.
to do?
Just roll. No assist. Just roll.
What die?
What die?
1.
Oh, yeet, that exploded.
Wow, this is the one thing you did not fucking hesitate on. I'm very proud of you, Cupcake.
It exploded twice. So that's 21.
I can't count.
Okay, tell me numbers.
I got an 8.
Total?
Got an 8.
Okay.
So it blew up. So then I rolled again. And then I got a 7.
Perfect. Okay. You reach out. And it does not take long to hear anything. Because you hear it as soon as blood drips from her neck onto the ground. You would think that Mother Night would respond to you quickly. And you do hear something. Liege Lord, Sunsinger, what is your son doing? Lulu, you hear in your ear, Lenosos, what are you doing? You know not to touch my brood. We won't interfere, but we're not going to let you win. The circle comes to life, and all of you are big again. After a shifting and melding of bodies, your vision tunnels again, and you feel like you're gonna throw up for a second. It is so jarring. But you stand there, your mouth in this man's ankle. Your dagger is in his ankle. Vapor, shoeless. The shoe stayed tiny. I'm sorry.
This will just have to lose the other one.
It was not on you when it shifted.
I'm just gonna have to take the other one off so I'm not uneven.
And beat him with it.
Yeah.
The man howls in pain. And makes a break for the door.
Can I tackle?
I'm throwing that other shoe. So fucking help me, I'm throwing that other shoe.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to scruff him.
I mean,
Right.
someone's literally biting into his ankle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Chenna doesn't let go, like she's trying to hold on to him still.
Okay. Well, let's see if he shakes you off.
Can that be assisted if I do an immediate, tackle?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you will get a +2 to your roll if you're rolling something. Hal.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would I roll? Athletics?
Yes, athletics, please.
Yeah, definitely Bennying that. That's a 1.
Oh my god. I believe this is your second to last. Is this your second or third, Benny?
That's my second Benny, yeah.
Okay.
So, because it was a 1, just for fun, I'm gonna go with dumb luck.
Okay, perfect. So you keep a hold of him completely fine. You keep such a good hold of him, in fact, that you bite a chunk out of him.
Oh, fuck!
He gets away, but you have proof that he was doing something. In your mouth. That's pretty gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funebrester is gonna immediately pick that chunk up and be like, okay, we have the proof.
We make sure the lady's okay.
Oh, yes,
so
right.
you
Make it live.
You see the lady, and it is a little girl. She is younger than probably about 40, 50 years old. She has not quite hit that stage yet where she becomes a full-grown elf. She is hyperventilating. Her hair has gone from that deep brown that it was to completely white.
Oh, go hug her.
You hug her. She begins to cry, and she, grabs on you, and she just kind of, snuggles into your shoulder.
I would like to awkwardly pat her on the back. Pat, pat.
Thank you! Where's my daddy?
Who is your daddy?
Who is your daddy?
I can't remember the word. The big chair, and he's mean. At least he looks mean.
King?
Yeah,
I'll go get him.
thank you. And she continues to cry.
Patting her.
I'm gonna walk out and go back to the room to get daddy. I mean her father.
Okay. Does anyone assist, or do a couple people stay behind to help comfort the girl, or who's doing what?
I'm going to go with holding the chunk of flesh in my hand.
Yeah, Chenna is going as well. She's mad.
With
She's
the
either
blood.
finding a blood trail or someone to sort of see about this, yeah.
Okay.
I'm holding a baby.
You are holding a baby.
Oh, and she's not swallowing, so she's just letting, like, bloody drool come out.
Good idea. I mean, that'd be disgusting, so fair. So Vapor, you're the first one to leave the room.
Yeah.
You leave the room and you follow the blood on the ground. It leads right back to the ballroom, where all dancing has ceased. The music has stopped. There's no clanking of plates, no sipping from cups. Everyone is focused on the front, and there's a crowd forming. Where you hear in a desperate voice, "Just attacked me, and you call them your ambassadors? You invite people like that to your castle? They attacked someone who was merely trying to help your wayward daughter with a spell." And you hear, "Despite your injury, I suggest you watch your tongue. You are only here because of your age, and I am supposed to find you esteemed. But there's someone else here who I find a little bit more esteemed with the same age. Doesn't mean I have to respect you." At any point you can cut on here, Vapor.
How dare you insult my kingdom like that? I would never attack you. I am shootless.
The crowd parts for you. And you see
I mean,
him.
I've worn less, I'm sure.
Yeah, fair. You see the old man like kneeled before, blood kind of pooling underneath, where his leg has a chunk bit out of it. You see the king sitting a little bit boredly, with his head leaned into his hand.
I'm gonna do that really cute little wave where it's just your fingers waving at the king because I'm a little flirt like that without meaning to be.
Okay. He looks up at you. He insults you, Prince Vapor.
He does.
Explain.
He just attacked, I assume, your daughter.
Attacked? His eyes glance back at the other guy. Please do
She
elaborate.
She is distraught in the back right now, crying her eyes out because this man pulled a knife on her.
A knife? About this time, you two will be walking up. A knife on Princess Shamalil, the High Magus in training.
She was doing us a solid by helping us, which was, a problem that was caused by this, person. They're very old.
They are very old, I agree. He sees you two walk up. And I assume that blood coming from that one's mouth has nothing to do with the chunk from your leg and the chunk in her hand.
You don't taste too good.
No, it has nothing to do with that. They attacked me. I was trying to help your daughter with the spell.
Again, you insult me, sir.
Finbresser is gonna kind of like do a flourish, still holding like this chunk of flesh as it's like bleeding down on her arm. Kind of do a flourish, maybe splatter a little blood by accident. Your most esteemed Majesty, I think that you and I both know that it would be quite foolish of someone of my caliber to do something at an event such as this. However, the only reason why I stepped in was because this rodent of a wrinkle attacked a young miss who was only trying to aid us after this, again aforementioned rodent, turned us into tiny. We were tiny.
You were tiny.
It's a long story. But upon trying to aid us, this... I can't even look at it. Attacked her. And we did our best to protect her in our feebled states.
If you search him, I'm sure you'll find a blade.
Good point. Kindama, search him. And the boy, his other son, the general, steps
I'm
forward.
gonna wave at him too. I just want you to know that.
That's fair. He glances at you, and surprisingly, for the first time in literally ever, he's always been fairly stoic, and the first time ever, he goes, waves back at you. He has the same eyes as the little girl. Like, now that the little girl's hair is white, him and the little girl look fucking identical. And he is donning full armor, though. He's got pauldrons and a breastplate and another plate that, like, specifically covers his front and ties in the back. And it is beaten and bruised to hell. And he draws one of his swords and starts, like, slashing little bits of his clothes off. The dagger falls out. The fire elf didn't lie, Father. Huh. I wouldn't expect a fire elf to lie, but it's good to have empirical proof. Thank you, Chenna. Well, my daughter's safe. Yes?
Correct.
Can you bring her here?
Yeah.
We'll wait.
I'm going to glide back to the back to go get it.
Okay.
Chenna realizes she looks scary. She's not going to go and talk to the child.
Nebraska is also holding like a chunk of elven flesh. She's not gonna go back and talk to the child.
Good idea. Just as a little aside, you hear from the shadows a whisper of, "You disappeared for like an hour, and you're here with a bloody chunk in your hand. God damn it, Breezy!" Just as Vapor's going back to get you guys. The girl who they now know as Shauna has calmed down. She's kind of like rubbing her neck. Can you read one of these labels, please? One of them says something about like a muggy wart or a witchy wart or something. Or hazily something. I just want to. One of you two.
Yeah, I can try. Yeah, I want to hold her.
So it'll be left up to you, old man, to find the witch hazel.
Okay.
And you find it, and she starts like pressing it to her neck. Never thought I'd have to live through that again. Owie. Okay. I'm alright, thank you.
I'm still hugging you, so I'm sorry. This is happening.
She gives you a hug back while she's holding her neck, and she goes, "This isn't the first time I've almost been killed. At least this time I'm not watching my mom die, so that's a plus."
Yeah, you still shouldn't have to go through this at all, let alone more than once.
Yeah. It'll be here that you come in, Vapor. It looks like she's kind of like cleaning off her throat.
Oh, good. You look calm.
Wait,
your daddy, what? I mean, your father would like to see you. You look calm, I said.
No,
like
you're right. You're right. He's my daddy. It's okay. And she's
okay.
like, she stands up.
Can I carry her?
Yes, you can carry her.
Yes.
You'll bring her out, and then her dad sees her, and put her down. And he runs over to her and gives her a hug and kneels on the ground. You hear him like whispering in her ear, like, and anyone who's close to you, "Are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? They saved you. It's them. This guy did it." And you hear her, "Yes, Daddy, I'm fine. Yes, it's okay. Yes, it was him. He did it." And he stands up, and he very kindly hands her back to you. "Watch her, please."
Absolutely, your king. Your Majesty. I talk.
I'll allow it this time. And he he turns back to the person. He goes, "What was your aim here?" Well, I have no aim. I did not stutter. He holds out his hand, and a fucking halberd, longer than he is, appears. And he holds it to the tip of his throat. What was your aim here? The ambassadors, they were going to go to the Shifterlands. They were going to go for stocks of all things. The High Magus would never stand for this. The High Magus would not stand for this. He looks over at you, Funebressa. The High Magus would not stand for this. Do you understand the irony in that?
Slightly.
Let me enlighten you. The High Magus would indeed not stand for this, but not what you are thinking. He would not stand for the assault of his daughter. You see him smile. And now you will never stand again. And he lops off his head.
The breast is gonna kind of drop the chunk of flesh back onto the body, like just as kind of like a, oh well, it's there, like put it in the pile.
The garbage with garbage, recycling.
Yeah.
Separate your.
Keep it all in one place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The situation is dealt with then, I assume. Yes?
Oh, I'm
Thank
not tiny anymore, if that's what you mean.
That would explain that then. You all are ambassadors. I apologize for inviting you to such a party. This is not up to the standards of the royal monarch. This was supposed to be nice for you before you went on a kind diplomatic mission. Which I would be too happy if you would.
Mission's been kind.
When they keep us from war. Would you all still be willing to depart on that mission after the ball?
Of course.
Excellent.
If duty commands it.
I mean, I guess.
No offense, Aldorn, but I do not think you are suited for this. The fact that the air elves sent you is merely because of your age.
It's okay, we can look after Grandpa.
The air elves love me.
Well then. Please eat, drink, enjoy your night. In the morning, you will travel to Wolves. And considering this incident, I expect that you all will do swimmingly. Especially that one, points at Vapor. They're kind of good in water anyway.
Just a little.
He goes and sits back down. Someone clean up this mess. Not you five. You've done more than enough. Yes. He snaps and some attendants walk over. Would you like wine or water to rinse out the blood?
Wine will do.
They usher you guys over to the side of the king, where you're taken care of, you're cleaned up a little bit, you kind of get to wine and dine.
Jenna just wants to make sure that she gets a clean shirt. Partly trying to get a freebie, but also, a party with blood that's come like this, like if it's a sock in the mouth and or a blood nose, that's all in good fun, but this was, she wants a clean shirt.
Is it a shirt that says I went to a party, got a bit of chunk out of somebody's leg, and all I got was a stupid t-shirt?
The king will offer you one of his late wife's shirts. She's not using her wardrobe. And I do believe that something so fine should go to someone so fine as to save my daughter.
Normally I wouldn't accept, sir, but on the grounds that I don't want to offend you, I will.
If it makes you feel any better, this is the only female clothing I have around aside from my daughter's, and I desperately think it will not fit you.
I could make that assumption as well, sir.
Funebressa, have you checked in with Kinte? You know Kinte to be the head shadow.
I can at once.
You don't have to. It was merely a question. He has more information on the brief. So, before you leave, at least. Your name escapes me, Light Elf.
I'm Lucasta, but I'm not technically the ambassador.
Who should be?
Louis, we're twins.
Ah. This has happened before. He walked into my office, dressed in something very similar. He called himself Lucasta. I have never been so confused in my life. Is this common with this one? He looks at the rest of you.
Chenna's already nodding. Aye.
Vapor didn't know that there were two of us.
Vapor doesn't know quite a few things. Also, where is your fiancé, Vapor?
You'd think I wouldn't lose such a big burly man, but
You would think.
there's just so many things to look at and eat. And people.
Eat from my table. You don't have to eat anything from the snacks. There's plenty of fine food, having been hunted by your fiancé, on my table as we speak.
What a treat.
Funebressa, while you're sitting there, you had gotten that word from the shadows, but you haven't seen Vita for a hot minute. Vita sneaks up behind you. Breezy, can I come out?
What was that?
Can I come out? The king's scaring me. Can I come out?
Of course you can.
Okay, excellent. They stand up and start showering you in kisses. I thought you were dead. I couldn't contact you. Your shadow wasn't responding. I heard like a weird ant talking to me at some point. It was weird. Like, Breezy, don't ever do that again.
Grab their face. Obviously, I'm fine.
Were you an ant? Please tell me you weren't an ant.
I wasn't an ant. I was just ant-sized.
Breezy. Nope. I'm supposed to be the people person. I can't freak out. I'm supposed to be the people person. I can't freak out. They walk away chanting that.
I'm not freaking out. Vita.
Yes.
What was that?
Yes.
What was that head dude's name again?
The head shadow?
Yeah.
Kinte.
Kinte.
Kente. Kentei, I think.
Kinte.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna like call Vita back and just be like, "Can you please go in my stead to get the brief from Kinte?
Yeah.
It's information I need, but I'd rather keep an eye on this situation."
Yeah, being an ant, I'm sure that there's a lot you need catching up on. I gotcha.
I wasn't an ant, Vita.
Yes, you were. Walks away. And while I know it was a little bit awkward, I think I am going to go ahead and end it there. It's a little bit short, but I hope you guys enjoyed. It I was planning something slightly different, and then plans fell through a little bit, and so I had to improvise slightly. And I hope that it wasn't horrible, is all I'm gonna say. I hope you guys had fun.
I enjoy this lovely bunch of people no matter what we do all the time.
Oh yeah.
Don't cut that out of the end.
Absolutely not. There's something that I actually...
We're gonna synthesize your voice, and we're gonna edit in you saying, "I hate this bunch of people," and
I hate this, and then you're gonna hear a fucking something thrown against the wall, and I'm out of here, and everyone talk to you guys again.
You all suck.
There's something I found on a D&D podcast that I kind of want to steal, that I think is really cool, and it's favorite moments. So we kind of go around and everyone talks about their favorite moment. I know that it was short, so there might not be like a whole lot of them, but who wants to start? If no one says yes, I will roll a d6.
I mean, that's a fun way to start.
Oh, well, I mean, Sard's already said she will, so go for it.
Honestly, not gonna lie, favorite part was that shoe being thrown. It was just that little left field, and then the follow-up of the fact that they were like, I'm gonna get rid of the other shoe, and we're just kind of like standing there in the middle of the banquet, no shoes. Like, okay.
I don't even know if I'm wearing shoes now.
Nope.
I didn't ask for shoes. I don't care about shoes.
You got no shoes.
I look homeless. No, I don't. I still look very expensive.
Even when you're on discount, you're still expensive.
I also love that, you know, just lost the fiance at the buffet table. And where is he? About, you know, somewhere.
He's a big guy. He'll stand out.
I'll find him eventually.
Some of my favorite parts were literally all of the failures that the two people who are supposed to be good at these things were not doing good at. Like, the assassin not being able to run fast. The damsel in distress, damsel in distressing.
I mean, I did that very well. Let me...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I had quite a good time with it. Cupcake.
I enjoyed you flirting with me the first 5 seconds in.
Absolutely. Why would I give up that chance?
I thought you might have led up to it, but no. You were like, going all in, balls deep. Let's go, baby.
Well, I mean, your fiancé is also a prince. Of course he would be invited to this.
I'm 100% here for it. There's no complaints on my side. I just was enjoying it, and it was one of my favorite parts. I had to tell you about it.
Okay. Good. I'm glad. What was one of your favorite parts, Cupcake?
I really liked Jenna scolding the cat.
Yes. Jenna scolding the cat is really... No!
I loved this.
I also really liked Algorn's entrance. Just that entire entrance. Just immediately, I'm gonna pick
every time they're like, wait, what? I didn't say that. Every single time I lost it.
As a player, I was like, this is funny as hell, but I'm trying to like play as Funebressa, who's like very prim and proper, so I'm like, I gotta look mad. But me, I'm going, don't you fucking laugh, don't you fucking laugh.
I was gonna say that as my favorite bit was the bit with Hirschi and Sarge being like, this guy. What guy? What guy?
That was so good. R.I.P. your patience.
All right. Okay. What was your favorite part?
I'll guess just being the chaotic person in here.
Senile.
Just kind of like the place filler chaos.
Yes, for anyone not in the know, Hirschi was my contingency, and it worked out very well, I think.
It did.
I
Now,
wasn't gonna make something that was like too tied into the story, and I was like, how annoying can I make this without people hating me?
You took that as a challenge and you ran with it.
How close to this electric fence can I get without being zapped?
Exactly.
It's
I had a much worse plan in place, but I changed it to something nice.
do we have any favorite overall moments or story moments?
When Daddy hugged baby, that was so cute. I love when a stoic man just breaks down for his daughter.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, after all of the, like, not necessarily just Disney, but the way that fantasy kings and things are portrayed and everything, the fact that he's, like, actually loving his daughter, I was full expecting him to be like, what the hell were you doing? How'd you end up with a knife to your throat? But he was like, my baby, okay.
Or like being concerned but still having to keep that face in front of his like people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And especially on like an event like helping to mourn when his previous family was murdered.
The king showing that compassion is a strength?
What?
Who would have fucking thought?
What a vibe, though.
Oh my goodness. And then I'm gonna steal this from Nova because I do think it's fun. But I'm gonna split it up to make it a little bit more fair. Favorite player, favorite in character person, like role player, and then favorite character. I really liked in character. I loved Sarge and well, everyone's, but like the moments when Hal spoke up were the funniest like ever. Like literally every time it's just like, no, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, let's go ahead and make sure. Oh my God, no, bad kitty. Like every time you talked, it was perfect. Like you stayed quiet, but when you did speak, it was perfect. I loved every second. And then favorite
Thank
role
you.
player, just because they are the newest to any of my tables. Actually, no, not the newest. You've been at one of my tables before. I would say Hirschi, because they, aside from with me, they've really never role played before. They played like one character once, and that's it. They've never really done any other role play before. So for being that good in character, I gotta say, out of character, your role playing was very good. Hal, what do you think?
I honestly wouldn't have guessed that. Like, that was
Yeah,
very,
same.
very natural, very like, you know, back and forth. You gave banter. That was really good.
Well, thank you. I tend not to really play D&D. I don't actually know much about it. I still have no idea what any of the dice are for. I don't get it.
I play it and I don't know either, so.
Okay, cool.
I don't even use them. I just keep buying them.
I mean, everyone's
Shiny.
gonna have a hobby, right?
Yeah, they're collectibles. Got
An
it.
expensive hobby, yeah.
Shiny pickaxe.
What about you, Hal? Favorite role player and favorite character?
Ooh, I gotta give it to Sarge on the roleplay, for keeping a straight face. I know that that's actually pretty damn difficult for her. So, the fact that she was able to keep a straight face, because I know that's sort of a joke line, like that's something that we used to do and we giggle about all the time. So the fact that she was able to keep a straight face, absolute kudos for that. And what was the other?
Favorite role player and favorite character.
Favorite character. I gotta go with Nebby for favorite character. It's a toss-up between Cupcake and Nebby. Cupcake just being like, I'm not lit up and it's not light in here and I don't like this. I'm like, oh, I will make myself a beacon. And Nebby with the shoe toss, like just being like, I'm regal, but you don't hurt people, damn it.
That's like the most iconic thing ever.
See, I
But
love
still being like, having the soundness of mind to go, oh, this doesn't match. I must take off the other shoe because, one shoe on, one shoe off, that's too far. That's too far out of decorum. You've got to have the bare feet. It's all or nothing.
I also love the fact that Nebby's character is, one, regal and snobby enough to be like, I'm not going to eat floor crumbs even though it's massive. But also being able to be like, no, how dare you insult me? I'm a prince and you did a bad thing. Like, airheaded 90% of the time, but that 10%.
It's the perfect mix. What do you want from me?
Yeah. What about you, Sarge?
As far as role-playing is concerned, I actually, funnily enough, got to give it to Kay. I found that so great with the little banter, and yeah, as Hal was saying, it was really hard to keep a straight face because I found it very funny, very fun. As far as characters are concerned, again, it's a big toss-up because I loved all of the characters for different reasons. Like, obviously, Kay was this, like, I don't know if he was pretending to be senile or if he was actually senile, but, like, he was this, doddering old man that you thought was like on the verge of death, but then all of a sudden he's just like, cool, I'm doing stuff. And then there was I've already forgotten Cupcake's character's name.
Lulu.
And then there was Lulu, who was just kind of like so adorable and just shiny in personality, let alone actual character. And then obviously Vapor, who's just like, I mean, how could I not pick them up? And then obviously Chen, which I gotta say, I was not expecting you to growl at a cat. That was
Neither was I. It was beautiful. I had a whole chase in mind, and you were just like, I'm intimidating the cat, and it was great.
So it's really hard to pick, but if I did have to pick, I think I would probably go with Vapor, only because of how, like, just relatable that, like, ooh, shiny.
Wait till you all realize I was just role-playing myself.
We all knew, Debbie. It's okay.
All right. There's no secrets here.
All right, Cupcake, your turn. Favorite player and favorite character.
I'm bad at favorites. Because again, everyone did good, and everyone has their different flavors, and it makes it a good stew together. You need all the different flavors.
Good soup.
I really do like how in character Sarge got. So, I'm really cool Sarge for role playing, and I don't like picking favorites.
It's a compliment. It's okay. We obviously, this is under the assumption that we all very much enjoyed the game, and we all very much enjoyed each other's characters and role play. This is more just a shout out to, like, who you would think is a good MVP. We all
It's like a superlative. It's like, you did this really well, or you're gonna grow up and be a politician, or
I think for favorite,
we're gonna see you on Cops in a couple of years.
That's my goal. How did you know?
You're welcome. You as in you, or you as in your character? Because
Both.
Yes.
I want to see that old man running from those blue and red. Let me tell you.
I think for favorite character, then I'm gonna go with Chenna, because I really like how the bits of backstory peeked through, and the bits of like the personality peeked through, even if it wasn't like the focus of the story. Like, you pulled those bits in and incorporated them into how you were making your decisions, even if it was in like subtle ways. And I really like how that came across.
Excellent. All right, Kay, your turn. Favorite role player, favorite character.
Oh, I would have to say favorite role player is absolutely Sarge. Like, that was 10 out of 10. And it is a toss-up for me, like, favorite character either being, oh crap, Chena? And what was
Chenna?
Nebby's? Yeah, Chenna, and then what was Nebby's character name?
Aqua, or Vapor.
Vapor. Okay, I am torn between the two.
Vaporeon.
'Cause, like,
If you could catch that joke.
I like it, but it's so hard to pick because like both of them for me just chef's kiss. If I had to pick though, I would go with Cheddar.
All right, Nebby, your turn. Favorite role player, favorite character?
Well, I love you all. Please vote for me in the next election.
Done.
I'm gonna have to pick for role player. It's hard because obviously all are so amazing, but I'm gonna pick Hal mostly because the end when we had chunks of flesh in our mouth. That was just really enjoyable to watch. And for character, I'm gonna pick Lulu because Lulu was the shining beacon out of all of us, and that's both literal and metaphorical.
Perfect.
But we were all fantastic, and I love all of us.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. That goes without saying. I just like to get those little extra shout outs out. Make sure that you all know how much you're appreciated and what you feel like you did good. Because, sometimes when you do this sort of thing, you feel like you mess something up, or you talk too long, or you feel like you didn't play your character well, or something like that. And I wanted to do this because I saw how cool it makes everyone feel to be like, oh, people really did like this about my character. It's validation, and so I wanted to make sure that everyone got that. And now for a little bit of self-indulgence, what were your guys' favorite parts that I did?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, bye. I'll see you later.
I'm gonna jump at
I
that.
didn't mean that.
I think from because obviously Mythos and I had a quick conversation about characters and stuff, as I'm sure we all did. But I just loved the way that all it took was us having one conversation about my dance partner, and you knew exactly how to play them, brought it from my brain to life. And the way that you made that interaction kind of happen, it made it feel like a real partnership, I guess, is the kind of thing. It felt really good. I think you did amazingly.
Flirt with me more next time, thank you.
I would also like to second that. Flirt with Nebby more. That was fun.
Nebby needs to stop making characters that are completely oblivious to my advances.
Don't I do that every single time?
Literally every time. Every single time.
I love the chase.
Did you have a favorite moment, Hal? Or a favorite thing that I did? If not, it's okay.
Yeah, I love your chaos. So I also loved how fluid Vita and can't get your name right. Sarge's character gelled. It really did feel like, they had been together for eons past, sort of thing. And yeah, I loved how individual each of the NPCs really stuck to their bits and bobs of what they were doing and all that sort of thing, and you could tell, which NPC you were talking to, sort of thing. But yeah, I love that when we chose Dumb Luck, it was actual dumb luck.
I tried to make it feel like that.
Was unexpected, but it works.
Yeah.
Got the evidence job done.
Exactly. You succeed, but you fail somewhere else. That's what dumb luck is.
Yeah, lost a shirt, but saved a princess. Hey, that works.
Yay!
I mean, you got a new shirt.
You did.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yes, got a nice new one.
Yeah.
That one's going to be pulled out for really special occasions. She's going to treat that one with cloth gloves and such.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's the
and
late
none of
queens.
her older siblings will ever get to see it because otherwise they'll steal it. And so yeah, it's never around them.
Cute clothes, not around the older siblings for sure. What about you, Cupcake?
Like the emotional punches. It's something I always like how you do it, but I really like the how you make the situation tense and like it comes across like it's not just like, oh, this is happening in the story, like you feel it, and I like that. And then not even just the like in the moments of like of trepidation, but also in the resolve, in the emotional release, and how it like it's not just like, oh cool, everything's feeling better. It's the like the king like quietly and subtly like losing his composure and being like, are you okay, how are you doing, like that, because he's not just gonna be like, okay, everything's dandy now, I can see my daughter, like he can see she's been hurt, he can see that she's not doing well, he knows that she's been attacked. I like the arc and flow of that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I try to act. I method act as best I can. What about you, Kay? This is actually a first hearing from you, so I am very interested.
Oh, well, like for starters, the way that you tell the stories gets me interested in this game. Like it's your storytelling that like has me any interest in like wanting to learn what all the stuff is. I'm terrible at it, but like it's fun to try. But yeah, the way that you like tell a story and kind of like wrap in everything and you're able to like flow through the chaos with everything, it's pretty cool.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Alright, Nebby, hit me where it hurts.
I hated all of it. I don't want to do this anymore. Never
Fair
invite
enough.
me back.
Okay, I guess I'll see you later.
I love how you can make each individual character feel like their own unique character. 110%. You are very good at it, and I enjoy it. I also enjoy when you flirt with me, but that's a whole other thing. We'll talk about that in private.
Oh, baby. Okay. Good. Well, I want to say that, Hal, I really love how quiet and methodical you are, and you always make everything you say in character poignant. I really do appreciate that about your playing. You make it very easy as a GM. You make it very easy as a GM as well, Sarge, and I love how you take a situation and you really do think on it, and you make sure that everything is making sense not only for your character but for the scene, and you're also not actively trying to sabotage things that I'm doing. So you're being a conscious player, and I really appreciate that about you. I love that Cupcake is just kind of always down for whatever, and always makes a character that, again, gels with the story, but is also, even in like a darker setting or a setting where things are light but they get a little serious, you always have that one character who's like, I can try to think things through, but also like, I'm just a sweet bean and I'd like to continue being a sweet bean. Like, you're always the joy character, and it's always good to have a character that can cut the tension. Kay, your chaos makes me very happy as GM, because chaotic players are a dime a dozen, but chaotic players that want to enjoy the story, so they further their chaos towards the story. Beautiful. And Nebu, I love that your characters, one, always want to flirt with me, and two, that your characters always have this air of cluelessness, but that they always know the right time to act a certain way. Like, your characters may be silly, but they always have situational awareness. And that I find is very, very important for a story. So, you guys told me stuff that you liked about me. I wanted to make sure you knew how I felt about you. And I feel like that is a good place to end things for realties. So I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you have a good night. Let me know if you like this. I have a whole world around this, and these guys kind of helped me beta test a little bit of it. So if you like it, maybe let's see more. But for now, I hope you all have a wonderful night. My son's over it as well, so it's a good time to stop. I haven't touched your mind with this. We'll have to think of it. But until then, thank you for joining the High Sir. Have a good night, guys.